men in a certain city, the one rich and the other poor. The rich man had many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing but a little ewe lamb, which he had bought. He brought it up and grew up, and with him, with his children. He used to eat of a meager fare and drink from his cup, and lie in the bosom, and it was like a daughter to him. Now there came a traveler to the rich man, and he was loath to take one of his own flock or herd to prepare for the wayfarer who had come to him. But he took the poor man's lamb, and prepared that for the guest who had come to him. Then David's anger was gently kindled against the man. He said to Nathan, "As the Lord lives, the man who has done this deserves to die. He shall restore the lamb fourfold because he did this thing, and because he had no pity." Nathan said to David, "You are the man, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel. I anointed you king over Israel, and I rescued you from the hand of Sept. I gave you your master's house and your master's wives in your bosom, and gave you the house of Israel and Judah. And if that had been too little, I would have added as much more. Why have you despised the word of the Lord to do what is evil in his sight? You have struck down Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and have taken his wife to be your wife, and have killed him with the sword of the Ammonites. Now, therefore, the sword shall never depart from your house, for you have despised me, and you have taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be your wife. Thus says the Lord, I will raise up trouble against you from within your own house, and I will take your wives before your eyes, and give them to your neighbor, and he shall lie with your wife in the sight of this very son. For you did it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel, and before the sun." David said to Nathan, "I have sinned against the Lord." Nathan said to David, "Now the Lord has put away your sin, you shall not die." The whole country wept aloud as all the people passed by. The king crossed the Wadi Kidron, and all the people moved on towards the wilderness. Abathar came up, and Ziddah also, with all the Levites, carrying the ark of the covenant of God. They sat down the ark of God until the people had passed out the city. Then the king said to Zadok, "Carry the ark of God back into the city. If I favor in the eyes of the Lord, he will bring me back and let me see both it and the place where it stays. But if it says, I take no pleasure in you, here I am. Let him do to me what he seems good to him." Word of God, word of God.
Thanks be to God.
Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Now, before we get into the sermon, I want to make a disclaimer. The subject of today's scripture was planned well before this past week. The subject of this scripture was planned not in regards to anything that was going on in current events. So if it is, just like they had before Law and Order SVU, this is not about anything that is something that you might think it is in terms of current events, or if it's similar to what you might think, it is all coincidental. And I'll blame it on the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is the one that determined this for us today. So with that disclaimer being out there, just want to invite you into the life of David. Before we get to David, I want to ask you, though, in your own minds, you don't have to raise your hands. How many of you have skeletons in your closet? Skeletons in your closet. Now, that's a cliche. That's something that people say when they have something in their past that they may not necessarily want others to know about. But if you actually have a skeleton in your closet, I wouldn't mind partying with you. You know, you guys are cool if you have skeletons, actual skeletons in your closet. Especially if you're getting ready for Halloween. But if you have something in your past that you don't want anyone to know about, don't they have a way of coming out at some point, in some way, in some fashion, whether you want them to or not? For David, his life was going very, very well. He had been anointed king. As we know, David was that little boy that was a shepherd for his father. He was ruddy, R-U-D-D-Y, as the scripture says. He was a quite handsome little boy. And he was what we know as the slayer of a giant. He went up against Goliath. In those stories that we know from our childhood, he stood up against a giant of a man in the face of much danger. David faced his own fears, went with the grace of God with him, with the strength of God, and utterly destroyed the Philistines. Saul, the king of Israel at the time, started getting a little bit jealous of David because he got more social media time than David did. He got more likes or loves on his Facebook postings than Saul did, and David was sort of not well liked by Saul because of it. And so David had to fear Saul. So much so that David had to flee Saul, and God was with him in the midst. And so David lifted up God in the midst of all his troubles, as we see in the Psalms. David is attributed to all those different Psalms that we have. And so we have a really good picture of who David is. But David had a dark side. David had a skeleton in his closet, as we find him in today's reading. David broke the 10th commandment. Who knows what the 10th commandment is? The 10th commandment is one of those two covenant commandments. And the way to remember it is, house comes before spouse. H comes before S. So you have the 9th commandment, you shall not covet your neighbor's house. Number 10 is, you shall not covet your neighbor's spouse. I think we know what spouse is, but let's talk about coveting. Coveting is wanting something or someone so badly that you will do anything and everything that you can to have it or to have that. Anything, including having someone killed, so that you can get someone's spouse. That's what David did. Bathsheba was gorgeous. Bathsheba was in David's eye one day when he saw her bathing on the rooftop. And in that moment, David knew he had to have her. Problem was, she was married to Uriah. Problem was, David was married too. But David didn't care. David coveted Bathsheba so much that he plotted to figure out how Uriah could die so that David could have Bathsheba. And so Uriah went into battle. We all know what happens in battle. People die as a result of crossfire, as a result of enemy fire, sometimes even a friendly fire. It doesn't matter because the person is dead. And when that happens, then Bathsheba would have been free to be with David. And that's what David thought going ahead. And he thought that he was in the clear because nobody else knew. God knew. And so God sent Nathan to David to give him a parable. And this parable was about a sheep and how the sheep was raised and was well loved, but then was slaughtered for a meal. And David became outraged. And David said, if that's the case, that person who did that knowingly should die. And Nathan had David right where God wanted him. Nathan said, you're the man. You're the man by your own words he has done. You're the man who should die for the commandment being broken, of coveting, of murdering, of having in your heart such an ill will for God that you would do this. And so immediately David repents, asks for forgiveness, and God does what God always does. Forgives. But what we can't forget is that there are consequences for the skeletons in our past. There are consequences for our actions. Even in the midst of forgiveness, even in the midst of saying we're sorry, even in the midst of asking for a do-over, a mulligan, even in the midst of knowing that we are a new creation in Christ, there are going to be consequences for our actions that we can't forget about or ignore. For David, it meant that there was going to be an asterisk next to his name and next to his house for the rest of his life. Yes, David was going to be the branch toward the Messiah. From David's family came Jesus the Messiah, the Savior of the world, the Son of God. But that doesn't mean that in the Bible then, his life and his record wasn't tainted. David was a great king. By all accounts, he was a great man, but he made mistakes. By all accounts, God loved him in the midst of it. But even David couldn't shake the consequences of his actions. Nor can we. We are forgiven over and over again because we fall short over and over again of God's glory. We make choices in our lives that have consequences. We make choices in our lives that affect others. All the way down to not doing our homework in school. Now that may seem very trivial, but for the teacher out there and for the student out there who didn't do their homework, it's going to follow them because once you start doing that, it becomes a pattern. And you might say, I'm not going to do my homework again. I didn't have to worry about it. But if that continues, grades will slip, and eventually it will snowball. If we make choices about how we responsibly drink, and we go out and we drive, and we find ourselves in the midst of an accident, we cause someone else injury. We may be forgiven by everyone around us, including the people we injured. And rightly so, because accidents happen, but we made the choice to drink and drive. But there are consequences to that action that we can't shake or ignore. Even in the midst of forgiveness, even in the midst of God's love, even in the midst of the grace that we receive, our actions have a cause and effect relationship. And when that happens, we have to know that God will not forsake us in the midst of those consequences. God did not forsake David in the midst of his wrongdoings. God forgave David. God was known to say that David was the apple of his eye. David was a good man who made some really bad choices. You and I make bad choices all the time. You and I are sinful people who sometimes think very selfishly, who sometimes don't think about the other person, who sometimes think that we won't get caught, who sometimes think that it won't matter in the large scheme of things. But our actions have consequences. even with that aspect, even with that tainted record that he had, is still known as a man of faith. And so that's the message we need to take with us today. And we all can be people of faith, just like David, and in the midst of our mistakes and in the midst of our wrongdoings, can still be forgiven by God. And when we face the consequences of our actions, God will be with us, lifting us up, helping us out, and telling us that it will be okay. For us, as people of faith, knowing that we are new creations in Christ, knowing that Jesus died for our sins, knowing that we will live a resurrected life not only here but in the afterlife, even in the time when God will judge us, we know that Jesus will be with us. Those are the moments that we have to have hope in the midst of everything we might do wrong. And we are not in the place of judging others either. We are not in the place of saying whether that person deserves salvation only because we have done nothing wrong, and we know that we have. So, as we move forward in our journey of faith, as we move forward in reading more of the Bible, as we move forward in hearing more about people of faith, as we remember what God did with Gideon last week and with Abraham and Moses the weeks before, as we move forward understanding that God works with broken people, understand that God works and loves you as well in the midst of everything you might do that falls short of God's will. May you have hope. May you have peace. May you have understanding. May you have and give forgiveness when other people wrong you. And may you remember that we're all in this together, and that we are not alone when we make mistakes. Nor should we hold back our forgiveness from others who have wronged us, because we are just as guilty as they are. Live your life like David, the slayer of giants, the writer of Psalms, the great king of Israel, knowing that even in the midst of all that, David made mistakes,